Sunday in a variety of different locations during Bank of America Roval 400 weekend. And Charlotte Motor Speedway is also going to continue to accept donations each Wednesday for the remainder of the month of October. All of those items are being transported up to North Wilkesboro Speedway, right on the foothills, the edge of the mountains, so that then they can be redistributed to the people that need them the most. So again, I just want to say thank you for that, and please, for what you've already done, and if you'll also tell your friends, tell your families, please tell them about the donation drives that we're going to continue to put together for the next several weeks to come. We hope you've already had a chance to enjoy a little food and drink, and certainly a wonderful display of automobiles that are outside, courtesy of Mr. Rick Hendrick and his Hendrick team. I'd like to share, I was told this morning we have over $35 million worth of automobiles right outside of this building right now, totaling about 15,000 horsepower. So that's pretty impressive. It's good to have everybody here to be able to enjoy that today. At this time, I would like to welcome our hosts to the stage for our program today. First, I'd like to welcome the President and CEO of Speedway Motorsports, Mr. Marcus Smith. Marcus. And now I would like to welcome the Chairman and CEO of Hendrick Automotive Group and the owner of Hendrick Motorsports, Mr. Rick Hendrick, our host today. And now I'm going to turn things over to our MC, the President and General Manager of Charlotte Motor Speedway, Mr. Greg Walter. Greg?
Well, gentlemen, this has been a day that we have looked forward to for quite some time, a day where we are charting a new course by creating something that has never been done before. Marcus, for those of us who've been in the company for a while, there's been this vision for quite some time. So this 10-10 day is an exciting day for us. Why don't you share with us why we're here?
Thanks, Greg. It sure is. I want to say thanks to everybody for coming out today. It's exciting, and probably one of the coolest things ever is to be able to get an opportunity to work with one of your heroes, and that's Rick Hendrick. A chance to partner with him on this project is just priceless for me and my brothers. It's a really cool opportunity, and this project started a few years ago. We started talking about building a road course for a number of reasons. We've got great success with our road course opportunities in Las Vegas, at Las Vegas Motor Speedway and at Sonoma Raceway, and we knew that there's an opportunity here in Charlotte. Of course, it's in our backyard, but it's something that's a tremendous business opportunity when you think about the economic impact of auto racing in the Carolinas because of this hub of performance and the mobility and the racing business and the NASCAR business in this area. It's unmatched by anything. So we went to work on ideas and started planning this project, and one thing led to another, and I know that my friend Mr. Hendrick is of course someone who loves to drive cars and collect cars, and I've got a Rick Hendrick starter kit collection. He's got the real deal. And but we ran out of track time, and so it was time to build our own track. And when I asked him if he wanted to be involved, he said sure thing. And so today we're excited to announce the official announcement of the 10/10 Motor Club here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Mr. Hendrick, getting to know your team over these last few weeks, everyone has said, man, we haven't seen the boss this excited about something in a while. Why is this partnership and endeavor so special?
Well, our motorsports complex is only a mile away. Actually, our land joins Charlotte's track here, and we have OEMs here all the time, and we have meetings and show them the car collection. Then we come over to the track if it's available, but they all love cars, and so I love cars, and I don't get a chance to exercise the cars, worrying about getting a ticket out on 85. And so now, when I had this working with Bruton, and Marcus shot it down, and I didn't know that till he told me the other day that Bruton and I had an idea, and then Marcus said, "No, let's do the Roval." You shouldn't have told me that, Marcus. But no, this is so exciting for me from multiple levels. And you see my cars out here, and I love to drive. My grandson does, my family. Just to have a true road course that we can get out, and then the friends and customers I have in this market. But the OEMs that come to town, they bring the board of directors, and this is just going to be something really neat for the economy in Charlotte. But for me, it's just it's a bucket list.
Great. The 10 Tenths Motor Club will be a 100-acre complex surrounding us with really 3 components we'll talk on today: the 10 Tenths Circuit, the 10 Tenths Clubhouse, and the Members Garage. But the first thing we should talk about is the circuit itself. Designed by F1 veteran and 2-time 24-hour Le Mans winner Alex Wirtz, let's take a look. Wait. Let's take a ride around the course.
Welcome everyone to Charlotte Motor Speedway's newest addition, the 10 Tenths Circuit, designed by F1 and World Endurance Championship legend Alex Wirtz. The 1.7-mile road course can be driven in both directions and be split into 2 independent loops. One of the loops is water irrigated for optimized testing, drifting, and driver training. Here we go then, staying tight and over the curbs in Clubhouse 1 so that we can carry maximum speed out of Clubhouse 2 and onto Hendrick Straight. A short breeze before we climb up the straight and prepare for the mighty Moorhead S's. A fast entry, change of direction into a full wheel sliding over the crest with its blind apex, keeping the flow in the car until we nail the braking for Concord Hook. Here we stay tight around the second gear corner and feed the power early to take maximum speed onto the backstretch section. But the drift loops to the left, braking gently into the right-hand river chicane, hooking in behind the curves and back on the gas before we come to the Gordon drop. A fast right-hander dropping us down towards the carousel corner and into the banked carousel, where we use the compression for speed and early on the power up the hill. A little lift to get the nose into the right-hander. Use the weight transfer to rotate the car into the next corner, turn 17. Early on power, uphill toward the last corner, turn 19, a second gear corner, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was one lap of the 1.7-mile Alex Wirtz designed 10 Tenths Circuit.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Pretty cool.
welcome. I'm here in Monaco. Unfortunately, I couldn't be with you for today's presentation of the 10 Tenths Circuit. My name is Alex Wirtz. I'm the track designer of this really exciting club track. The track itself, in its beautiful landscape, has a lot of up and downs. It enjoys a natural flow, but moreover, it's a bi-directional circuit, so you can drive it clockwise or anti-clockwise. That's really cool because every day you can drive a different layout of the circuit. It is split in 2 main loops. One loop is water irrigated. That's for driver training. That's to have fun drifting, go sideways. That's also for tire and equipment testing and just getting the skills ready for driving also in wet races or wet surfaces. The circuit has every corner a different character, which in itself lends itself for driver training, for optimizing your driving skills, for having fun, but altogether it plays a symphony of drivers' music. It wants to be driven very fast. You can rotate the car into the corners, and over 25 years of racing experience of myself, my dad, together we've raced in rallycross, we've raced Formula 1, we raced World Endurance Championship, we raced in the States on all the great circuits, and all our experience, passion has gone into this project. And we are terribly proud to be the designers together with Charlotte Motor Speedway for the 10 Tenths Circuit.
Alex couldn't be with us today, but life looked so tough in Monaco, did it not? Now, let's welcome another special guest to give us some additional perspective on the circuit, the Vice Chairman of Hendrick Motorsports and NASCAR Hall of Famer, Jeff Gordon.
Well, thank you. Well, you know, ever since I retired in 2015 from full-time racing in NASCAR, what I find myself enjoying more than anything is getting out onto some of these club tracks around the country. So when I first heard about this project with Marcus and Mr. Hendrick, I said I want to be involved. You know, please, any way I can be involved, because I know I'm gonna get a lot of enjoyment out of being on this course and driving different cars. But obviously, if I'm gonna be involved, I want to make sure that I can give a little bit of my own you know, input into what this course could be like. And they already were on their way with Alex and his design. And so I remember coming out here and when it was just dirt, and just seeing how this track was going to flow, and the elevation changes, about 112 feet of elevation changes. I didn't know I was going to have a Gordon drop over there. I like that. I like that. And I mean, there's no other course in the country, club track especially, that has a bank corner like what you have here. But what I loved so much when it was finally paved and I got to run some laps, you know, at speed, was just the different challenges. There's everything that you want in a course. You want the high-speed sections. You want the sections that flow where you really load the car left and right. You've got some blind crests that are going to challenge you to make sure you get the car positioned right. There's some heavy braking sections. There's areas that are very technical and areas that are just very flowy and fast. And then you, on top of that, take into account that you can go in the reverse direction and have a whole new course all to yourself and break it up into different sections. So my goal for this course is that I'm the one that has the most laps around here, and I want to hold that record. I want to hold some records of some speed too, but I plan on making a lot of laps around this track, and I'm already have had a blast running laps. Can't wait to get out there and give some rides today.
So as we were building this, I would get a call from the boss, hey, Jeff wants to go over to the track. So we would get, you know, the construction guys to stop, and it kind of felt like being a lifeguard at Adult Swim, like, why am I here? So we would block off the two entrances, and the last time he came over here and the track was finished, he'd get out there, and I mean, he had a real serious face, kind of game face on, but then when he finished running laps in that Corvette, he got out, and it looked like he swallowed a coat hanger. The smile was so big. He's like, you know, oh yeah, this is going to be great.
Well, I just couldn't believe that we were going to have this a mile down the road from where my office is now.
Right. Now, one of the unique features of the circuit that's going to be lit, there'll be lights around, providing not only a different experience for many drivers, but also expanding the opportunities to use the circuit in conjunction with the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Morning, afternoon, evening, yet another way to increase visitor tourism to the area. Jeff, how does lighting a course in the circuit, you know, differ from other things you've experienced? Well,
I mean, I remember when the Charlotte Motor Speedway was lit up on the 1.5 mile, and we said, how in the world are we going to race on a 1.5 mile track at night under the lights? And it's just a totally different perspective. The speed feels faster, the grip level of the track changes, the nuances of the track change. So it's just another variable in the ability not only to run year long, like I don't know if there's any other course that's going to have the ability to run as many laps in year long in all different conditions like this track is going to be capable of. You add the lights to it. I mean, we already have great weather conditions here for most of the year, but now you add the lights to that, and it's going to open up a whole nother opportunity of feeling the track in a different way and seeing it different. And I think it's going to be pretty spectacular, even if you're a spectator watching the track, the cars around the track.
You touched on it just briefly, but coming out of the Gordon drop, right, because that elevation change, that blind right-hander, you come into that carousel. We touched on it briefly, but it's an embanked turn, right? And so is there any other course in the United States that has that kind of feature?
There's nothing like it. I've been to pretty much all of them, and I've never seen a course that had the banking of that. And what that allows you to do, you just, as you're coming down the drop, you're carrying a lot of speed, and you know, you want to be hard on the brakes, but you also can allow the car to absorb this banking and pick up the loads. And now you start to feed the wheel, feel the G's. It just, the sensation of speed there is incredible. And then it also allows you to really power down to feel the acceleration off the corner. So that was Marcus's idea. It's a brilliant one. It's a great view, but it's also a lot of fun to drive.
Good. Now, Jeff's going to be giving some drives later in the Garage 56 Chevrolet, the ZL1 that raced at 2023 Le Mans. So we got some select media members who want to give a ride with that. So Jeff did ask, hey, can I warm up the tires a little bit before I get out there? And we can.
Well, whoever's riding with me for the first lap, you're going to experience the warm-up with me.
We talked about there were multiple features we covered today. The next feature of the 1010s Motor Club is the clubhouse. It will be a 20,000 square foot special event center that's designed to host corporate retreats, business summits, parties, entertainment, with a capacity for about 1,500 people. The building will include 3 expansive hospitality rooms that can be used individually or connected into one large indoor-outdoor space. It will also include a full-service catering kitchen and conference rooms and a video presentation capability. Marcus, for those of us who've been in the sport for a while, this looks really familiar.
Yes, absolutely, Greg. We built something a lot like this in Sonoma in Turn 11, an iconic turn at Sonoma Raceway. For years and years, we originally bought that speedway in '96, and that's an area where we had flat ground and we would set up a white tent. And there's only so much you can do with a white tent, and the turnaround time and whatnot. It's just not ideal. So we decided a few years ago to build the finest hospitality facility in wine country at Sonoma Raceway, and it's been phenomenal. We've been able to host residency programs with Lexus, AMG Mercedes, Ferrari, and a number of other OEMs, and then corporate business customers that can enjoy a special event at Sonoma Raceway. So when we were building the 1010s circuit and the club, we knew that we wanted to bring that kind of success and that kind of ability to host our special guests here in our hometown at our home track. And so the new 1010s clubhouse will be right over here to my left, your right, and it's going to overlook the circuit. It'll be able to host up to 1,500 people for special events, but you can also bring it down into smaller groups by slicing the facility up into 3 different parts. Full-blown catering kitchen, so we can deliver fantastic food and beverage experience, and a great paddock parking area, so if you have a big event, you can park conveniently. But then also, if it's a driving event, you can see cars driving by you right in front of you. So it's going to be a phenomenal experience. I think you've already got some plans lined up for us, probably. Yeah, we've got a lot of fun that we'll have there at the clubhouse.
And Marcus, from a tourism standpoint, this community is always trying to bring things here from elsewhere around the country. This gives us a hospitality facility with a great view, and then, as Mr. H talked about, the uniqueness of overlooking what's going to be a great road course. And that's a unique feature where we can bring OEMs and other folks out.
Absolutely. I think when you look at this, what's going to happen over time when we first open up and have our actual first major event here will be the Heritage Invitational, our special car show in April. Everything on this side of the road will be done, landscaped, the building built, and the track will be driven. People from all over the country will be coming in for this special event, and it'll give a taste of what we can do with this facility, with that hospitality venue. And I got to tell you, you think about all the great hospitality venues in Charlotte, there'll be nothing else like this. It's going to be the finest quality and the most amazing setting that we'll be able to really deliver on special events for all of our corporate business partners.
The third part of the new 1010s Motor Club will be an exclusive members garage designed to provide world-class amenities and benefits to individual automotive enthusiasts, collectors, and corporate manufacturers. The members garage will have a secure gated entry and easy access for members to drive to the circuit on reserved dates throughout the calendar year. When not on the track, members can enjoy a luxury lounge suitable for casual meetings or just relaxation, a bourbon bar, cigar lounge, and a putting course. The members garage will also include climate-controlled storage bays for exotic, high-performance automobiles and other enthusiasts. Marcus, but the members garage will begin with a storage complex for multiple vehicles, but there's a plan for individuals as well. You want to tell us about that?
That's right. So the first garages are going to be Rick Hendricks and Marcus Smiths. We're going to build some garages and have a place to keep our cars. And then we're going to have, we know we've got friends that are interested in a place to keep cars. And, you know, like Jeff was talking about, if you've got some cars and you want to be able to drive them, even if it's a, you know, an older car, pre-war car, you need to get it out and drive it and let it breathe, let the engine work and the suspension work, and see the car go through its paces. So the race course will serve a great purpose for collectors and performance enthusiasts alike. Some people will be able to build their own garage. Others may want to just stay in our collective garage area, and we'll be moving dirt on that after the first of the year so that we can accommodate some lucky members.
Mr. Hendrick, when we met a few weeks ago, we talked about how unique this course was going to be, because if you have an automobile that needs to get serviced, we think about the resources from the automotive group here. Can you talk a little bit about what makes the location of the circuit so special and what's going to be unique about what we offer here?
Sure. I have 23 dealerships in this market. And when you look at, I have Porsche, BMW, Lexus, Mercedes, and you see some of these cars sitting out here, Corvettes. We have factory-trained master techs, and we'll be able to take a car out of the garage into the master techs for repair, brakes, tires. We also have a big collision center. I hope we don't need it, but I'm sure we will. And we have all the parts. And I think that's what's different from this track to the tracks that I've been associated with around the country. They don't have, can you imagine having 600 factory-trained technicians that can work on Ford, Chevrolet, Camaros, Corvettes, Porsches, and have the parts? So if people want to have a garage here, fly into town, get the car, drive it, leave, and have a list of what they want done to it, we'll have it done, put back in their garage. Nobody has that in the country. And again, having the lights, the airports, and just at Motorsports, we've got 27 events this month in October.
Just Hendrick has 20.
This is just OEMs, different from Mercedes to BMW. Porsche was here. Rory Ingram's here, got the largest Porsche collection in the world, and he has events around the country. He knows from the CEO of Porsche, they're even interested in having an intro of a new vehicle here. And so when you have the airports, the hotels, lights, it's something that I've wanted to see for a long time. And when we start talking, we just continue to come up with things that are so special about having it here. So it's exciting, and I think that's something nobody else has.
The geographic location of the 1010s Motor Club is important. When you think about it, and you think about other road courses around the United States, this will be a world-class driving experience in the heart of a major metropolitan area. Just 20 minutes from Center City, Charlotte, more than 4,000 luxury hotel rooms in the Charlotte Concord region, and we're accessible by interstates and 2 major airports. The facility and complex will host its own events year-round in conjunction with special events at Hendrick, like Mr. H talked about, as well as the Charlotte Motor Speedway, like this weekend's Bank of America Roval 400. I had to get the plug in, sorry. Marcus, but we talk about tourism, but there's something more here, right? There's something more. We think that this is the seed for even bigger growth. You want to share about that?
Absolutely. You know, this is going to be a huge catalyst for more development in the mobility space, performance mobility space. When you think about, you know, Hendrick Motorsports is a neighboring property, and so right between us, we built this track and the motor club. Now we've got great partnerships like Ford is on our property with a year-round driving experience. We've got partners like General Motors, Toyota is right down the road, Ford has another installation right near the airport, and then you think about other specialty vehicle manufacturing opportunities that we're seeing tremendous growth in that area across the country, and this area, given our extra land that we've got in really close proximity to this, we think it provides a great opportunity for the automobile manufacturing space and anybody in that OEM world to be able to come to North Carolina, which is a great business-friendly state, and come to Concord and Cabarrus County, the Charlotte region, and be able to establish manufacturing opportunities that are really tremendous and gives you a step ahead of a lot of the different restrictive environments that some might be in. So we've got a lot of opportunity here with this being a catalyst between Hendrick Motorsports and Charlotte Motor Speedway and now the 1010th circuit. It's going to be really exciting, I think.
Mr. Hendrick, you've lived here many years. Your companies are based here. The Charlotte area has never had anything like this. What will having 1010s mean for this community, in your opinion?
You know, when the manufacturers and different people look at Charlotte, we're having over 200 people a day move to this market, and there's so many car barns around with automobiles in them, and I think that the major impact of having this here will be people flying in from all over the country, and I think I've got a lot of friends that have already asked me about villas and prices and access to the track, and I just, when you look at it and you step back, it's got all the ingredients of, as you mentioned, weather, the airports, and for me, it's a mile, so I still want to have I've got my place picked out on the hill, so I think I'm going to rent to Jeff. You know, he wants his own. JV wants his own, so we've sold 2 already. So no, it's so exciting for car enthusiasts, and it's just I've never had in I guess my automotive career something that's been as exciting as this for me personally, for my cars, my people, my sponsors, and my OEMs that they plan all of their meetings here. And so this is just a little bit of strawberry on top to have the track.
Wow, that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot. I would add to that you know, because we're right here, and you know, like I said earlier, one of my lifelong heroes, our family and the Hendrick family have been so close for so many years, and then for us to have these neighboring properties, really unique thing in this space of racetracks and these motor clubs is, you know, we've already got the track in the ground. We've got amazing expertise and experience in the automotive world. We're in the racetrack building business, and so putting all those things together, there's really nothing else like it. And I think that's what's one of the things that's so exciting about this. People that I've talked to that have looked at projects like this in the past, or maybe seen something online or in the paper about it. This is very different because we're way beyond a rendering. We've got a lot of you know, concrete, steel, asphalt in the ground, and we're looking forward to a grand opening in April.
When our respective teams met about 3 weeks ago, we were in a conference room over at your place, Mr. Hendrick, and I've been in this business, well, since the earth was cooling, a pretty long time. And you can get a sense for the energy or the synchronicity that organizations have, and the energy and the passion in that was room. You know, everyone would just had a kind of a singular focus and kind of looked at the possibilities of what could come out of this. It was something I hadn't seen in a long, long time. Any other closing remarks from you guys about this endeavor and what we see as what could be possible?
You know, I'm just excited. I want to get the clubhouse finished, and I want to get to where we can drive. So that's what I want. And there's a Hendrick Straight that we shut it down, and it's how long is that straightaway?
It's a little over half mile.
So
yeah,
that's what I'm waiting for.
Oh, yeah.
Old guys run fast in a straight line, and then you brake.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be able to ride in some cars out here. I'm looking forward to just today. Every day there seems to be another opportunity out here. So
I will say this, and I want to say this, Marcus, to you and the Smith family, always do stuff first class. And from everything that we've talked about that you brought to life so quickly here, I mean, the track was here, but this display today, the cars, you don't do anything, your family doesn't, it's always first class. And so we feel that way. And to my daughter's here, my grandson's here, my wife's here. They all want to ride. And my grandson drifts, so he's excited about the wet part of the track. So this is kind of a family affair with all of Graham and everybody. So I'm just, hats off to you for having the vision.
Well, it wouldn't happen without your support, and I really appreciate it. And you do nothing less than first class, and just appreciate you and family, my brothers down here. We're all excited about it, and it's great to have so many friends in the audience here to hear us officially unveil this really cool project.
Great. I want to turn it over to Scott Cooper here for some Q&A.
We've got just a couple of minutes for a few questions. I've got Samantha is on this side with a microphone. Markayla is on this side with the microphone. If you'll please raise your hand, I'll try to get to you. State your name and your affiliation and who your question may be directed to, okay? So let's start here with Bruce.
Bruce Martin with Forbes Sports Money. This is for either of you. This reminds me a lot of Barber Motorsports Park and also the Thermal Club, a couple of race courses that started out as private entities such as this, went on to have competitions, whether it be with motorcycles or with high-end vehicles or IndyCar. Does this facility have the potential to do that down the road?
We do. I think, it's a great point. Thermal Club, I think, is they were the real leaders in these luxury motor clubs, and then places like Concourse and Monticello up in New York. Our hope is that the 10/10 Motor Club is something that people look at and recognize as very special for driving and the community that's part of it, because that's a huge part of the car collecting and enthusiast hobby. Is just so many friendships that are found in that. And then when it comes to competition, we're going to be announcing some really cool competition coming up with our event in April, the Heritage. And we just finished a really great competition and show event out in Sonoma called the Velocity Invitational, where we had historic cars running, and it was a fantastic weekend. So I think that's where we'll start, and we'll see what happens from there.
Yeah, I don't think at Thermal or the concourse down in Miami or VIR, they don't have if a manufacturer wanted to bring 400 people, 400 dealers here, there's no hotel rooms, there's no restaurants, there's nowhere off premises close by to do what we can do here. So I think that's a big advantage that this track has. And the lights, it's the only one that has lights that you can run at night. So most of these board of directors and people, they'll have meetings into lunchtime, and then they want afternoon activities. And so we go over here and set up autocross at parks at the drag strip for them, and we have events all the time. More people, I think, my belief is, we'll have a problem with booking dates because this offers so much more than what you can get at the tracks that I won't say we're competing with them, because I don't think anybody has what we offer here.
Well, and to that point, we are so busy at Charlotte Motor Speedway, at the Roval, and in our tarmac at the zMAX Dragway that we ran out of time to book space. So building this new track was really a necessity to have this program.
All right, let's go to London.
Thank you. I'm London Clark with Stupid Dope and Rob Report, and my question is, how uplifting for you all to create a safe haven where car enthusiasts can truly test the full potential of their automobiles here?
How
Uplifting.
Pardon me?
How uplifting.
Oh, I think it's going to be phenomenal to have a facility where you can go all out. In fact, I'll tell you the 10/10ths is a motorsports term about going all out. As you know, as a motorsports person, sometimes you want to go 8/10ths through a turn. Sometimes you want to go 9 or 7/10ths through a turn. So the 10/10ths is going all out. And in this case, it's also going out in life. And you think about all out in life, whether it's business or personal, with your family, with your friends, with your business, and in life. I love the idea of getting the most out of life and pouring the most into life, and nobody exemplifies that more than this guy to my right. And I'm inspired by the way he lives, and I thought 10/10ths. The 10/10ths is a great way to live in life, and that's why this track and the club, I know it might sound corny to some people, but it really is more than just a track and more than just a place to keep your cars. It's really a great place to maximize life and business. It's going to be a great place for business. It's going to be a great place for family, great place for friends, and for cars to be able to go all out, put the car to the fullest test. Technical parts, like Jeff was saying earlier, fast parts, great braking zones, and great acceleration points.
I think something else. We have a lot of events. We call them play days, and we have Camaros and Corvettes, and we run them on an obstacle course or an autocross course in a parking lot. So if we run the short course here, nobody's going to get in trouble on the short course. So you get some rookie drivers or someone that not ready for one of the high-speed corners. You put them in a car that they can run the short course, have just as much fun, turns, braking, acceleration, and then as they advance, then they go to the full course. But I think it offers so much. Again, there's nowhere around here to drift. I know that because my grandson told me. And we go to Atlanta for him to drift. And so to be able to do it here, have that wet pavement for kids learning how to drive under wet conditions, it's a lot of things. It's endless, the opportunities. But the more we talk, the more ideas we have.
We're running a little bit long. I'm going to take one more question, but Marcus and Mr. Hendrick will be available after our groundbreaking photos, so we'll have a chance for some other questions for them then. Let's wrap up with Alanis here.
Hi, I'm Alanis with Motor1 and Motorsport.com. I was wondering, when was the initial idea for this versus today, the execution date? And also, what do you see as your breakdown of clientele throughout the year? How much time is devoted to members, car launches, testing, events like that?
Sure. So it's been more than 5 years. I'm a little embarrassed to say, I think it's been almost 10 years. When we first thought about it, it was a separate track was not part of the plan. We've done a lot of things in that 10 years, but we kept, the idea kept percolating to the top, and the demand for track time continued to increase not only at Charlotte, but other facilities. And also, if you follow this as you do, the performance car market, I mean, more and more cars are coming online, and people need a place to have fun, to exercise these cars that are really better for the track than they are the street. And so this idea continued to make sense and to continue to rise to the top. So we finally, decided we've got to get the plan. We called our friend Alex Wirtz. He helped us design. Jeff had some great input on it, just like he did the Roval. actually, and I learned a lot from that process. And Rick and I talked a bunch about, as he said, when he and my dad had this idea of building a road course outside of Charlotte Motor Speedway, before we built the Roval, I said, we don't need that. We need the Roval. And at the time, that was the right thing to do. I think today what you see in the ground, the concepts is a progression of study, of research, and a passion for making sure we got it right. But of course, perfection is the enemy of progress. So at some point, we had to put a shovel in the ground to get going.
Okay. So as we wrap up, I just would like to invite everyone. We have a few parting gifts for you, so don't leave the tent without stopping by the gift table over to my left in the corner. We're going to have a souvenir program for you commemorating today that's got some amazing pictures of all these beautiful automobiles that are on display. We'll have a commemorative 1010 coin, and we're also going to have a 1010s hat for you, okay? So be sure to pick that up in this corner before you leave. And as we start our ride-alongs, everyone please continue to enjoy the food and the drink over the next hour, hour and a half. We want you to enjoy this environment, and please check out the rest of the display that is on the outside. I'd like to bring your attention to a couple of people very quickly. Jonathan Coleman, raise your hand. For all of our media photographers and videographers, Jonathan is going to lead you out to a location on the clubhouse construction site where we will have a ceremonial groundbreaking with Mr. Hendrick and with Marcus. Markayla is going to have some media jump drives for our media guests that will have the press release and some renderings, some of the pictures you saw today that she'll be able to provide you to help supplement some of your coverage. Samantha, raise your hand there. Samantha and Jonathan are going to help our photographers and our videographers once the ride-alongs start to get to a safe area that they'll be able to capture content of that taking place. And later today, we're going to produce a video news release with some other pictures and stuff that we capture, and we'll be sending that out as well. Where is he? Where is Max Pappas? Is he still here? I wanted to recognize Max. Max is also going to give us some rides this